Opening, 0 o'clock to 0:30. In ancient Egypt, marriage wasn't just love. It was law. It was politics. It was power. And sometimes it was destiny. Today, we take a simple look at how one royal rule, one marriage tradition, could shape the lives of a king and queen, and influence every decision made inside the golden halls of the Egyptian court. Act 1. The rule, 0:30 to 2 o'clock. In most kingdoms, a prince becomes king simply by birth. But in Egypt, things were more complicated. There was a belief, deep, ancient, and sacred, that the bloodline of the throne passed not through the father, but through the queen. A woman of royal blood, a great royal wife, was the true vessel of kingship. And so a future pharaoh often had to marry a royal woman, sometimes his sister, or half-sister, so he could claim legitimacy. Not because of romance, not because of choice, but because the crown demanded it. This rule formed the foundation of power, and could decide who ruled. Egypt. Act 2. The queen's power, 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. To the outside world, the pharaoh was the supreme ruler. But inside the palace, the queen could shape everything. If she was born into the royal line, her marriage gave the king his right to rule, her status could raise him, or destroy him. This created queens who were not just wives, they were political forces. Women like Amos Nefertari Tai and Hatshepsut rose because the royal marriage rule gave them authority no ordinary queen in the ancient world ever possessed. Every alliance, every ceremony, every decision in court had to consider the queen's bloodline. One wrong move, one insult, one shift in loyalty, and the balance of power could collapse. Act 3. Inside the royal court. 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Picture the royal court. Golden columns glimmering in the sun. Priests whispering omens. Nobles watching every gesture. Generals calculating their next move. Now imagine the king and queen walking in. Their marriage wasn't just a bond, it was a political symbol. If the queen was highly respected, the king's authority increased. But if her family faced scandal or lost influence, the king's stability faltered. Marriage shaped alliances, which nobles rose, which generals advanced, which temples received funding, which cities prospered, or fell into neglect. Even succession battles began inside the marriage chamber. A single queen could make a prince a future pharaoh or doom him to obscurity. Act 4. Love versus duty, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. But behind the titles and rituals were two human beings. Some royal couples truly loved each other, like Akhenaten and Nefertiti, whose partnership reshaped religion and art. Others were bound only by duty. Some kings took secondary wives for diplomacy, causing jealousy and quiet wars in the palace. Some queens tolerated rivals. Others eliminated them. Beneath the grandeur, ancient Egypt's royal marriages held emotions, struggles, and sacrifices rarely shown in carvings or papyrus. Their lives were shaped by tradition, expectation, and the pressure of carrying an empire on their shoulders. Act 5. The legacy, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. The marriage rule influenced Egypt for millennia. It created powerful queens, shaped dynasties, and kept the royal bloodline intact. It forged alliances with foreign kingdoms. It protected the throne from challengers. And it gave Egypt some of the most iconic royal couples in history. But it also brought conflict. Rivalries, politics, and personal battles hidden behind golden walls. In the end, this simple rule, marry the royal bloodline, left a powerful mark on the story of Egypt. A reminder that sometimes the fate of an entire civilization can rest on the bond of just two people. If you enjoyed this journey into ancient history, don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories from the past.